Super Bowl weekend is upon us, and if you're looking to put your money down on your pick this year, you got to listen up. We're here with Alex Astin, a financial professional with Burns Estate Planning, to talk about sports gambling and investing. Alex, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course. Good morning.
Alrighty, so now a lot of people have been participating in more sports gambling. We've kind of seen an increase in popularity in this. What can you tell us about it?
Well, the accessibility to sports gambling is better than ever. You know, there's several different apps that you can use and download on your phone and place bets directly from your couch. You can do live betting. You can bet on, the color of the Gatorade of the Super Bowl, right? There's all sorts of different things that you can place wagers on, and it can make the game a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are some things that people need to be aware of if they're thinking about gambling on the Super Bowl?
Well, first off, I would say if you're new to gambling, know what you're gambling on as far as, whether it's the money line or the over-under, or if you're placing a parlay, how do you actually win that parlay? So there's a lot of different methodology that you might not be familiar with before placing that wager. Second of all, I would say just place a wager that's financially responsible, that you're okay with to lose, right? Because you don't want to sacrifice other financial areas in your life for the sake of making a quick dollar by placing a bet. So just do it responsibly.
Yeah, absolutely. So now what are some of those risks that you're seeing?
Well, the risk with what we see with gambling is addiction to gambling, right? You see people forego maybe paying an extra credit card payment or paying more on their credit card, or even missing a bill. More than half of those that place wagers say they will do that to miss a bill. So you need to be able to do it in moderation, do it responsibly, bet what you can afford to lose, because inherently the house, it has the advantage, okay? So eventually the house comes out on top. And what we see a lot is if you lose a bet, well, hey, to make those dollars up quickly, I'm going to go ahead and place another bet, maybe twice as much to make it up. So just do it with control, do it with moderation, and do it financially responsible.
Yeah, absolutely. So what does moderation kind of look like?
Well, I would say moderation would be have an idea about what you have in your bankroll, right? So, if you can't just say, hey, I've got $100 in my sports betting account, I'm going to put all $100 on one thing. And then all of a sudden you go, okay, well, I can't really afford to have lunch or dinner tomorrow, or I'm going to miss my credit card payment, or, this is going to hurt my mortgage payment. Whatever it might be, the more you do it, the more addictive it can become, right? Because if you lose, you go, okay, well, I'm one bet away from hitting it bigger and making all that money back. And a lot of time that's when you start to see dig yourself into a bigger hole. So you just got to be very conscious of what you're spending, how you're spending it. And if you're on a losing streak, right, or even a hot streak, there's always the right time to step away and either relax, don't take any more bets, or maybe just don't bet at all if it's not your thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to be a little bit smarter about what we're doing with our investments.